Hello there, this video is all about the VK4502A, the German tier 8 heavy tank, which is an underdog in my opinion. Many people don't give good opinions about it because they say it's like a trashy tier 2 because it has less frontal armor. But I prefer it to the tier 2 because it's got the same gun, but it's more mobile. And I believe the gun actually fires slightly faster than the Tiger 2, which is nice obviously. And the armor I think actually works in matchups like this. As you will see, we're going to bounce tier 8 guns, I think, maybe tier 9 guns. You just have to keep your angles well. As you can see here, one of the biggest disadvantages is the gun depression. Combined with a rather weak turret, very often people will penetrate through your frontal turret, front of your turret rather, while also taking it out, so you sometimes burn your repair kit on the turret. Anyway, as you can see here, we bounced the T25-2, I believe. Not a very high caliber, but still. I mean, it's not like total paper, this tank. Say for example the T34, that would have penetrated. Alright, as you can see, thanks to the rather excellent mobility, we've managed to take the hill, from where we're going to try to keep control over both the south and the middle, and maybe the north if they will get in trouble. Enemy Black Prince gets in a bad position, I think, and apparently doesn't think it's useful to have a repair kit, so I keep him there. Try to angle my front a bit so that he can penetrate it. The Black Prince is also somewhat angled rather well, so the 200 penetration of this gun isn't always enough. And I also want to keep him there, so tracks absorb a lot of penetration as well. Have a look around the map. We see that the enemies seem to be pushing the south, where we only have the KV4. So it's a good thing I came up here. LTTB capping, I don't believe you should go back at this point to defend, because the chance that he will actually capture the base is rather small. I don't believe there are capture missions for light tanks either, so it would be rather stupid of him to capture the base. But my platoon mate is going back anyway, to be sure. As you can see here, the enemy tier 8 heavy tanks are pushing the south very hard and without much of a thought, I think, because they're completely out positioning themselves, which allows our allies who are near the base to get side shots on them. It's a pretty tense game so far. Already got 3k damage and yet we're still losing if you compare the kills. Enemy Ferdinand is spotted in the middle, which is a rather weird position to go in, because obviously the sides are weak. I saw this too late, sadly, so Vanagander dies due to my incompetence of reading the map in time, I should say. And this is a bad situation here. I don't have enough gun depression to fight these tanks, and an IS-3, the BL9, should have enough penetration to punch through my front hull easily, so I back up and notice that I get a free kill from the Tiger 2 outpositioned him once again. Ferdinand, better take him out while you can. You see me hesitating here a bit. I want to keep an eye on the north. I'm going to pause this for a second. As you can see, you only have 2 tanks here against at least 2 enemy vehicles. But since we had a T-69 here, which has a lot of burst damage, I was somewhat confident that they wouldn't push into him pretty soon. That's why I decided to take out Ferdinand first, because you don't want to meet the Ferdinand in a later game frontally where you have to aim for his lower weak spot. So that's why I decided to take him out first. And now we can try to help out the northern part of the map. I'm going in a bad position here. I shouldn't have gone that far, because if the enemies from the right would have pushed, they could have taken me out easily by tracking me, since I already used my repair kit, and killing me there, but they didn't, so we got a free shot on the 88 instead. All of the enemy vehicles are still in the north, so I'm just waiting for other heavies from the middle to catch up here. Trying to survive and win the game, obviously. IS-3 might push this BP, so I'm gonna try to help him. As you can see, again, rather bad gun depression. Oh, LTDB. Easy kill. IS-3 is trying to side scrape, but he's never gonna get far enough to get a shot on the BP, so he decided to corner, giving me the shot I needed for 5k damage in one game. I need to be careful here. The BP has way more HP than me, and there's also 2 shots for the IS-3, so I'm just waiting until he takes a shot for me, and then we can rush him. Prototype is in the back, so I went back first a little bit so that I wouldn't be spotted, and now I can move to the next position. As you can see, successfully, because if I hadn't done that, I would have been spotted by the IS-3 here on the hill, and if I went down the hill while spotted, the prototype could have killed me while driving down. So that's why I didn't immediately join the Black Prince, if you were wondering. So, 1 tank left. Are we going to get a kill? Speed things up a bit. There he is. He's tracked, so I've got the time to aim, and we finish off with an ammo rack actually. So that's a pretty hot game. Let's see how much credits I made and experience that I got from this. As you may have guessed, I got the ace tanker for this battle, as well as a steel wall, high caliber, and a top gun for the 7 kills that I made, obviously. For the detailed results, we can see that we hit most targets and penetrate most of them, resulting in almost 5.5k damage, and we blocked more than 2000 damage. thanks to the rather easy matchmaking, I should add. And it resulted in more than 1600 base experience and a rather nice game to watch, I think. And it also shows how interesting Airfield can be, as long as you're not moving at all. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you later.